Hey, hey, family. How y'all doing? Sorry, just now getting off work. Well, you be careful going to work, Joseph, brother. How you doing, Dale, brother? How you doing, Joseph, brother? Yeah. Good morning, survival. The little, I don't know if y'all, got the notification last night or whatever. Ah, shit. Go get my charger. You think I didn't drive off yet? Anyway, give me a second, everybody. I'm trying to, Dale, brother. I'm trying to. Give me a second. Be right back. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Anyway, got my charger now. Gotta love being at a desk all night. Anyway, so I don't know if y'all heard. What's up, Shire? How you doing, brother? Okay. So sorry about that. So there, there's shit brewing again online, right? There's hate going everywhere. Okay. There's always going to be hate. What's up, Warlord? How you doing? So I'm just going to do a quick discussion real quick. Then we're going to get to actual good morning survival. So I'm glad to hear that, Warlord. Look, there's a lot of hate in our community. And I know we all see it. We've all experienced it, right? It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter if you're in survival. It doesn't matter if you're in prepping. It doesn't matter if cryptozoology, UFOlogy, paranormal, whatever. There's always hate. There's always been hate. There always will be hate. We need to end it. All right. There's too many of us that are past our fucking prime. We shouldn't be acting like elementary school kids. We shouldn't be acting like high school kids, choosing certain cliques and hating on everybody. And in reality, we are quote unquote friends, but we're not everyday friends. We're only friends when we come into a chat room. Yes, there is exceptions to that. There is exceptions of some people get along with each other and being friends outside of YouTube. Yes, there is. But we should, if we have a channel, we need to focus on our channel. We need to focus on what we are trying to bring to YouTube. Like me, I'm a jack of all trades. I do cryptid hunting. I do paranormal philosophy. I do survival and prepping. My main thing, my main blood is survival and prepping. I've had experiences and everything in cryptids and paranormal and whatever while I've been out in the field. Yes. That allows me to be in those other groups. But there's an exception, okay? Right. We are mostly acquaintances. Yes, Dale. Right there. We are acquaintances. There should not be anything on YouTube that should affect your everyday life. There should not be. Because YouTube is a platform that you can turn off and uninstall and never see it again. Just like anything else, you can uninstall it, you can take it away and never touch it again. Hell, there's people that make a channel every day and, you know, delete it. What's up, homeless brother? How you doing? But the thing is we should not, we as a group, we as human beings need to stop the hate. We all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same blood. And that's fact. We all are human. There is not a single person in YouTube that is perfect. There isn't. There never will be, and there never has been anybody perfect on YouTube. And if you can show me one person on YouTube that is perfect, then I will bow down and call that person God. The hate needs to stop. All of it. And we need to grow up. We're all past our prime. We're all in our mid 30s, some of us older, some, barely any of us is younger. But we're all in the mid 30s. It's pointless. It's a waste of breath. It's a waste of energy. If we put as much energy into hating to each other as we did helping each other, this world would be a perfect fucking ant colony. Yes, that counts only on Fridays after 5 p.m. Shire. Only after 5 p.m. sir. But the thing is hate. Hate wastes more energy and more more energy, just in general. Hate wastes more time and energy than anything else. I made this YouTube channel to help individuals. I made this YouTube channel to get people prepared for whatever, SHTF. Everything's good, brother. It's just, we need to come together. We need to put our energy forward to something else. And that's helping each other. And YouTube is just that. YouTube is a learning platform. It's supposed to be here to help people embrace their insecurities. It's here to build people's confidence in themselves. You know how many people come to chat rooms just to build their confidence, to talk to each other, to ask questions? Like the survival community, the survival and the prepping community. We would be nowhere if we did not have people in the chat asking questions. There is no such thing as a dumb question. And that's how we learn. That's how we evolve, is by asking questions and by learning from others. YouTube is not a platform to bring down people. No matter what. Right, Dale. Like-minded people gather here. Yes. It is, it's a learning. It's to help each other get through hard times. You know how many big channels and everything have people thanking that creator for helping them get through a hard time or through a surgery or their time in the hospital or anything like that? It's because even though it's like me and Dale, don't know each other from squat. If I walked past Dale in a supermarket, I would never have known who he was. The same thing with Dale. Dale would not know who I was until either we talked to each other or because there's people that look alike, but we know each other here. We know each other because we get notified that the other person made a video, went live, something like that. I'm not saying that we need to sit together by a campfire, holding hands, singing Kumbaya. That will never happen. It won't. But the thing is stop. That's all it is. Stop the hate. And if you feel like you're in a channel that does have hate, leave it. Or bring up that you don't like that. Open their eyes. Because here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. It is us in the chat room that need to stand up for each other. It is us in the chat room that supports that individual. And that individual needs to see it. Like, whatever content creator it is, yes, we need less toxicity. We do. Because if we allow the toxicity to grow, it affects us. It changes our perception of everything. It's the exact same thing in a survival situation. If you're in a survival situation and you don't have the will to survive, if you don't have the motivation to get home to your loved one, what happens? You die in a survival situation. If you sit there and say, I'm not going to make it, if you sit there and say, I'm going to starve to death, and you don't do anything about it, you die. If you don't hunt for resources, you die. And that's the exact same thing in these communities, in these chat rooms. If you join the hate, you're no better than the other person. If you don't stand up to this, there's a lot of people that will take their life in chat rooms because of what is said to them, the hatred that is sent to them. It's you can look at any culture. Take care, Joseph, brother. Be careful out there. Hey, John, brother, how you doing? Look at all the civilizations that were ruled by a higher power, that were told what to do and everything, until they fought back. And when they fought back, it's like when Rome was taking over Britain. Shire, you know this. What did the Britons do? What did the Gauls do when they were faced with a higher power that was trying to tell them what to do? They fought back. And they fought back hard. They were a force to be reckoned with. It's the same thing when Britain invaded Africa. Same thing when the British tried to take over America. They fought back, and when you fight back, you win. There is no middle ground. You know, like what has to happen? Yeah, I, it's always war, always war. People hating each other. You know, it's the Franks, the Saxons, everything. History will always end in war. And I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see, I do bash on channels that are making a business out of survival. I point out big name channels. I, I point out big name channels that make money from people's fears. Warmongers, fear mongers. That is not needed in this society. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have sponsorships. I would love to have businesses give me shit and give me money to go to wherever to do survival. I would love to have, you know, 6 digits in my subscriber count. I would love that. What's up, Sophie? How you doing? Let me get on the road real quick. Anyways, you don't know how much I would love to have that kind of stuff coming in. But if I can help one person with survival, if I can help one person be for whatever, that's all I care about. That's all I really care about. I'm glad to hear that, Sophie, sis. I'm so glad to hear that. You know, everybody here, if you can help one person, wouldn't that make you feel better? If you could help one person be better, if you could help one person conquer a fear, if you could help one person learn a new skill, would you do it for free? Oh, you're good, brother. You're good, John, brother. The skills that we need in survival, the skills that we need to, the skills that we need to handle SHTF is the same exact skill set that we need in an SHTF situation. They have extra digits, and thanks for that. Thanks for that, Sharon. But the mindset that we take into an SHTF situation can help us here, can help us in YouTube, can help us on these platforms. The ability to understand, the ability to the ability to cope, the ability to discuss situations. That's what's needed in this. I don't know how to say it. Crackerjack communities of ours. We as a group, we as a pack, we need to take the pack mentality. And the pack mentality is you are as strong as your weakest link. Nobody is left behind. Is only as strong as the person with the weakest skill set. Because even in SHTF, you are going to have to protect your pack. You are going to have to protect those closest to you. And if you can't protect or you can't stand up to a threat in a made up chat room, how are you going to survive an SHTF situation when they're ready to kill you? When they're ready to destroy everything that you've created? Thieves, gangs, they band together under one flag. We need to do the exact same. We do not need this kind of mentality. There's too many things already leading to SHTF, already as it is. There's too many what if scenarios already being thrown around on the table. And if you look at the majority of prepping YouTube channels, you look at a majority of survivalist YouTube channels, they're already fear mongering. They're already telling people we're on World War III. They are threatening your very safety without any evidence. Why do we need anything else? Why do we need any more hate? Why do we need any more toxicity? You have preppers every day coming out saying, oh, we're going to war. You know, buy all the ammo you can, get your house ready. Martial law is going to come into effect. All this BS. It's because they don't want to say the truth. They don't want to say that we've been in the dumpster for the past 10 plus years. And now finally somebody has thrown a match into it. We are just waiting until the ashes and the flames get to us. And I'm not telling you right now, go and check your bug out. I hate that word. Go and check your bags, go and check your supplies, and barricade your doors and windows, lock your women and children in a bedroom because the commies are coming at you. I'm not saying that. Never going to say that because that's not fucking true. Yeah, yeah, sure. I've seen the exact same thing, you know. I've seen I've seen it. I've seen people donate hundreds to a channel. I've seen people buy merchandise from a channel that has only like 60 subscribers. It's people, if they have a calling to that person, they have a calling to that person or that channel or whatever they're looking at. And I'm not saying to not have dedication to a person that you like. If you have that and you have enough funds in your bank account that you can survive and live and still donate $200 to $300 to a person, do it. I'm not a judge to those people. But on the other hand, I just want to know why. If you donate $200 to $300 to a channel that just sends hate and fear, why? That just lets me know. That tells me what kind of person you are deep inside. You know what I mean? And I'm not a judge. I'm not. I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury. I'm not an executioner either. But the thing is I'm not. I'm trying not to contradict myself. But either way you look at the scenario, you do contradict yourself. That's the way it is. All I want people to do is open their eyes to the situation. Like, actually look at the situation. That's like going and buying a tent from, it's like going to buy a tent from Five Below or Poundland. Okay, you go and buy a tent for $5 from Five Below or Poundland or Colligan's, you know, a discount store, and you have to live in that tent for 6 months. Would you rather spend $5 on a tent to live 6 months, or would you rather spend $100 on a tent that is the size of a house or a small apartment that has multiple rooms and is big enough that you can stand up in and change clothes and feel safe and be weather resistant? It's like, would you rather go and buy a $70, would you rather go and buy a 1970s Mini Cooper, or would you rather buy a 19, a 1970s Volkswagen Beetle? Which one are you going to have last longer? Which I know if you're over in if you're over in England, you're going to be able to find more parts for the 1970s, Mini Cooper than you will a Volkswagen Bug. Yeah, see, right. You want to go for something that's going to keep you safe from the elements. It's not going to be 100%, but if you had to choose, you want the better option. You know, you don't want a tent that's going to be soaking wet in a heavy storm. You don't want something that's going to be, what's up, Sonny brother? How you doing? You don't want you don't want a cheap tent because you're just going to go out for the weekend with the boys, and you need just something. It's different if it is the weekend. The weekend you can get that $5 tent, you'd be okay. But if you're going to be 6 months in that tent because you got kicked out of your apartment or whatever, it's not going to last you. And if you do buy that $5 tent because that's all you have, what else are you going to have to spend money on to make it suitable? You're going to have to weatherproof it. You're going to have to waterproof it. You're going to have to do a lot of things to stay 6 months. And I'm not saying go out and buy a four season, you know, thermo tent. I'm not saying, hell, I can't even afford a four season thermo tent. Right there. The weekend is different than forever. And there's only so much that you can do with a tent before it gives out on you. And that's the same thing with a lot of people in chat room. There's only so much some people can do in chat room or communities before their sanity rips. If you keep bashing and bashing and bashing on somebody, right, Dale, right. It's the same thing with most quality stuff, like survival and everything. There's so many cheap alternatives to name brand stuff out there, but it's not the same quality. You know, you can go to Harbor Freight and get a magnesium block with a small magnesium rod on it for $3. But the thing is those magnesium blocks that you get from Harbor Freight are not 100% magnesium. So you're going to have to sit there and you're going to have to strike that magnesium rod 6 to 8 times before it even lights. And then it only burns for a quarter of the time than what it's supposed to because of the quality. The quality was half. Most magnesium blocks is about 30% pure magnesium, and the other 70% of it is aluminum. So you have to scrape more and more magnesium out than a dime size. You have to scrape about a quarter size before it'll catch on fire and burn. Compared to an instant strike magnesium cylinder. Magnesium cylinder will is is 90% magnesium and 10% aluminum, and it instantly starts. It instantly catches sparks and it instantly starts on fire. You have to know the quality of everything. And that goes for survival gear, that goes for hunting gear, that goes for fishing gear, that goes for the quality of individual. And the thing is, you don't know that quality until you take it out of their packaging. It's just like these people that spend all their time reading books, reading survival manuals, reading, you know, articles on survival, reading all this stuff. Knowledge is good, but it's that, just knowledge. You don't know anything about it until you try it. Until you get boots on the ground and you look at the situation, you assess the situation. You don't know any of your gear that's going to work. And you don't know what's going to be perfect and what's going to flop. I've even had high-end quality stuff flop on me because it was not made perfect. It was not made to their specification. I've had I've seen great reviews and everything for the Gerber Gator Junior Machete. I bought one, and after time, those screws and everything that are supposed to be lock sealed screws, self locking screws in it that will not come unscrewed or fall out or anything. Over time, they do come loose and they do fall out. And I've had that blade fall out of the handle because the screws fell out or the handle cracked. Yeah, Gerber gives you a lifetime warranty on it if you send it back to them and they send you a brand new one. And it's just like anybody else. It's just like people. You don't know the quality of the people that you have. If you have a survival group or you have, you know, let's just say a survival group, okay? You've made your long term plans. You've handpicked these people out because you know these people. Well, they seemed worthy and everything in a perfect scenario. They handle the situations and everything perfectly. They handle the situations the way it's supposed to be, but it's in a perfect scenario. There is no true fear. There is no true like starvation. So you don't really know how these people are going to react mentally to a situation when it comes to real life problems, stuff that they cannot easily. If you go on a weekend trip with your survival buddies or your prepping buddies and you're planning a 3 day weekend, bare minimum rations, all this stuff, they can pass that 3 day weekend test because they know as soon as they get done and everything, they're not going to be happy or anything, but they know as soon as they get done, you are going to go and stop by McDonald's and get food on your way back home. You're going to be able to do whatever on your way home and be fine. But you don't know how that person's going to react a week into that starving because nobody can do a full week survival scenario. We have jobs, we have work, we have bills, we have families that we have to go to, we have to take care of, we have to make sure our son or daughter gets up and goes to school. And your wife isn't going to want you to be out in the woods with your buddies for a week straight. I mean, if you have a wife that will let you in the week, like let you out in the woods with your buddies for a week straight, then you need to keep her because ain't nobody's wife that I know of is going to let their husband escape doing house chores or yard work or not taking out the trash for a week straight. That's just life. It's nice to pretend that we are weekend warriors. It's nice to pretend that we can handle. Would she, Joseph? Like I said, if she would let you, brother, and you keep her, she's a keeper. I mean, Miss Star would probably let me do it because she wants me out of the house. She'd be like, I don't want to see you for a week. I'd be like, awesome. Yeah, lucky man, right? But I'll tell you one thing, Miss Star would be texting me. And if I don't respond back to her or anything, I'm in trouble when I come back. Take care, Shire brother. Get a few laps around the yard and everything, and around the garden. For me. How about that, brother? You make that garden. You make your back garden look awfully snazzy while you go and sip your Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire tea. Go drink some of that Yorkshire rosé or Yorkshire Gold tea, Shire. Anyways, but it's nice to pretend, and that in reality of survival, it is pretending. It We do put our bodies through training, just like football, baseball, whatever. It's called training. And if your body gets used to it, if your body gets used to a certain thing, even if it's a weekend a month, one weekend every month, if you can adapt your body into realizing that, oh, it's this certain month, it's this certain week of the month, it's the middle of the month, it's the middle of the month, it's time for me to starve. You can get used to that. You can train your body. But the thing is how long can your body last in a real SHTF situation? Real starvation. Longer than 3 days. Longer than, because you also have to build up the stress in your body. You have to build up the mental problems also to go with that. If you cannot work your body into certain scenarios, if you live in Florida or any of the southern states, If you live in Texas, you're experiencing heat 9 months out of the year. You don't know how to handle cold weather, like real cold weather. So you need to take a trip to handle true cold weather and see how your body reacts to that. Can you light, can you strike a match when your hands are completely numb from 0 degree weather? Can your body digest food? Because your body changes. Your body digests different in certain temperatures. In colder weather, how fast does your body digest? Does your body, because you've trained your body in 90+ degree weather 90% of the year. But can you handle the cold? Will your body digest food in freezing temperatures, or will you throw it up? Yeah. And see, because you live there, so you get season changes. Like when I used to live in Tennessee, we experienced, spring, summer, and fall. But I haven't been to Tennessee. I haven't experienced those different weather, those different temperatures in over 10 years. So I think my body can still handle the freezing temperatures, but because I was raised in those kind of scenarios. Yeah. And that's the exact same thing that people from Canada and up north and everything say when they move down here to Texas. When I saw a guy that was walking around in a tank top and shorts last night, and he was from Montana. I think he was from Montana. Yeah, Montana. And he was laughing. He said in Montana and everything, it's in like the 20s. And last night it was like 40 degrees. So that's what I'm trying to say. Our bodies are different because of the elements that we're in, the different biomes that we were raised in. It it's just like when I first moved to Texas and everything, the heat here, because if you're in colder climates, you grow thicker skin, and I was pouring sweat, like so much sweat, and my skin was it still gets like deadly itchy when it's like over 100 degrees here. But like here, I got a small little windbreaker on, and I'm fine in this weather. Yeah, right, Joseph. Yeah, and your work conditions, stuff like that, is what also conditions your body. You know, and people don't take that into consideration. People do not understand. And like in real SHTF situations, like I hate to say it, but most Canadians, if real SHTF and you could not heat your house, you could not in in the dead of winter and everything, when it gets into the negatives, even if you can withstand the cold, it will still shut down on you in the cold. When you have no electricity, when you have no way to heat, even a fireplace, like your Canadian ancestors and your northern ancestors and stuff like that, like the northern natives, that's why they moved to warmer places and everything, because it was too cold for them and they had to follow their food. If you have to think like our ancestors did in SHTF, because you're going to be wasting more resources, you're going to be wasting more carbs, you're going to have to eat more during the cold to keep your body warm, and you're going to waste more resources doing that in desperate situations. Right now, you have a heater, you have a fireplace, you have something, with electricity that is keeping your house warm. But if you don't have that, your house is an ice box. I'll be right back, y'all. I need to go get coffee and a pack of smokes, and I'll be back. All right. Uno momento, family. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Gotta love technology. Coffee machines don't work. But, so, anyways. Take care, Sonny, brother. You have fun in the shop today. But, conditioning. Conditioning your body to learn, to adapt. That's one of the hardest things we're going to do in survival. You know, it's easy for us to go 5 minutes and go to a fast food restaurant. It's easy for us to drive 15 minutes and go to the grocery store, get whatever we want because we have the options. We open the fridge every day and say, I don't want anything in the fridge. I don't want anything in the cabinets. I'm going to go and get something from the store or go and get a hamburger or whatever. We are conditioning ourselves. Well, the world wants to condition us in different ways. Oh no, I'm not done, Sonny brother. No, I just want to go get coffee. I just had to go and get coffee and everything, and I didn't want y'all to have to hear the herd of construction workers and people getting off work and going into work. Okay. But the world is conditioning us to become fat, lazy. The world is conditioning us to not be what we were. They are breaking our bloodline. They are breaking our ancestry. And you know why? Is because we are able to be controlled like cattle. If you weaken the population, if you break their will, if you subdue them with ready to eat food, already dead, already cooked, that means people don't have to go home after working 8 to 12 hours, go home, spend another hour cooking food just to sit down and eat. You can grab whatever you want to on your way home from work and eat. It is not healthy. It's not keeping us fit. It's not keeping our metabolism going. It's shutting us down. It's killing most men's testosterone. It's killing most women's estrogen. It's to a point where we don't even have the strive to have sex. If you look after World War II, everybody was having sex. Everybody was procreating. Everybody was fit. Everybody was able to continue on, even though they were hurting, even though that they were you could still see somebody lose a leg and get out and still perform daily tasks with one leg or one arm, or see people. You could see people from the Civil War that had their whole entire face blasted off and still live. You don't see that anymore. You rarely see that anymore. There's very, very few exceptions to that. And you can say, yes, there's people that have lost both legs and got prosthetics and relearned to walk and have a job and all this stuff. Yes. There's a guy that lost both of his legs and became a international runner or something like that with two prosthetic legs. Yes. But he is physically built. He is physically he was physically able to do all that stuff before he lost his legs, especially after he lost his legs. You see people in wheelchairs that are built because they have to be built. They have to carry their body. They have to handle everything on their own. Those are exceptions to the rule. You see somebody that has worked a desk job for 7 years, 17, 18 years of his life, heavy set, out of shape. You think he's going to be hitting the gym anytime soon and becoming a bodybuilder? No, you're not. Half of the population, more like 70% of the population, is going to die in SHTF because of the world has put us into this. The world has beat our willpower completely down to where we just want to see the end of our days. And all these guys that you see on survival channels and all this stuff, Canadian Prepper and everything, Canadian Prepper and Black Dog Survival and all these people, they just got out of the military. They're built. They're super macho men that have muscles the size of my head and all that stuff. They are playing a persona. They are doing a persona. If you look at real survivalists, if you look at real preppers, 99% of the real survivalists and the real preppers are people past their prime, in their 60s, in their 70s, overweight, or too old to literally do anything. They're not Rambo. They're not, you know, Rocky Balboa. They are people that smoke 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes a day. They are people that drink. They're people that are overweight. Yeah, yeah, Greg Evans, all those people. You know, you have to look at the real people that are survivalists. And you have to turn it around. Right, right, Sonny. Most people don't think that they're preppers. Most people don't think that they're survivalists, but they are. These people are going to die. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. These people that think they are prepping and going to survive are going to die. But the thing is right, right. That's how the mindset is. You know, right, Sonny? It's half of the people that come to live streams, half of the people that support preppers or survivalist channels are older people. You don't see that many young people. Hell, I'm almost 40, okay? I'm almost 40, and I'm not anything like I was 20 years ago. I'm not. And, I can still handle myself if need be, but I'm not running. I'm definitely not going to be running 20 miles or living like living like the fucking people from the the Walking Dead. You're right. Yeah. Like, yeah, it is, Joseph. Nobody in this field has literally had to be a quote unquote survivalist. Just like what Joseph said, life is a survivalist game. It doesn't matter if you're ex-military, if you've been in battle, it doesn't matter. Battle now isn't like what it was in World War II or World War One. Times have changed. You're not when in World War II, if you were or Vietnam, just as recently as Vietnam, if you were dropped behind enemy lines, you were surviving or you were killed. There's none of that now. We have too advanced technology to be able to go and get you. In Vietnam, if you were captured by the enemy, you were killed or you were tortured. Now, yes, some armies out there will kill you. Yes, and send you as a message to your army. But the behind enemy lines thing, the actual real using survival kits and all this stuff died in World War II. Hell, most people that crashed their planes and everything, the only people that really had a survival kit was the Air Force in World War II. And it was bare nothing. Like, it was the survival kits in a fighter pilot in a fighter plane in World War II was more advanced and to actually take care of you than what it is today. Right, Sonny. Right. That's what prepping really is. Prepping is so you don't go without again. So that you are prepared for anything that happens. Prepping started after the real idea of prepping started uh, after the Dust Bowl and after, the Depression, where people had nothing and they were not going to go back to that. It's not, it's not, oh, I'm going to stock up on MREs and ramen noodles and whatever bullshit dehydrated meal that they put on the market. The real preppers, our grandparents, canned their own shit. And the canning lasts for years. There was a there was a house, a plantation house out here that was torn down. It was from like it was like from 1830 or something like that. They tore it down and found almost 1,000 mason jars full of, what's up, Fluffy? How you doing, brother? They found like 1,000 mason jars of canned goods, and they opened it up and it was still good to eat. Like 1,000 of them. And that is not being done anymore. Some people, like my grandmother and grandfather, when canned, they canned to last all year when the harvest came. They took that whole complete harvest and whatever we didn't eat, my grandparents would say, this is what we're eat for this month. And the rest of it's going to be canned to last throughout the year because of winter and all that stuff. And most of the time, most of our stuff, we didn't even go through it. And what was left behind, we marked with the date and we put that in the front to be eaten first. Take care, Joseph, brother. Be careful out there. But that stuff isn't done anymore. We don't have mass gardens anymore. We don't have the room. Most people don't have the space to have a full-blown garden. We have enough space to make what people call a victory garden. Victory gardens were made during World War II so people could get fresh fruit and fresh vegetables and eat that instead of going to a grocery store and buying them. I understand, Fluffy brother. I understand. They just cleared a wreck and everything here too, and I'm heading home. I'm an hour. I'm 2 hours late getting home, but we don't do like our ancestors did. We don't do like our grandparents did. Our grandparents taught us for a reason. Our grandparents, most of us, it was daily life. When I was younger, I didn't realize what my grandparents were teaching me until I started doing it. My grandfather never told me, oh, you're canning because of something's going to happen. My grandfather and grandmother did not, what is it called? Groom me to be a prepper. My grandparents didn't groom me to be a survivalist. That was just in my blood. But I didn't realize that's what it was. And I definitely, when I was growing up, I didn't have the property that they did to grow all that stuff. Right, Sonny? Yeah, Sonny will find something fun, but they weren't conditioning me. And if they were conditioning me, they didn't come out and say it. And the preppers today, I laugh at them because they overthink, they overact instead of what they need to do. Because that's how you do it. You overact, you overexpress yourself. Most people do that. And that's why they have 500,000 or at least 100K subscribers, is because they play on people's fear. They play on people's ignorance. And I'm not doing that. I'm never going to play people's fear. It's That's a predator. You know what I mean? If you want to learn from a really good man, and he's the one that pushed me to make my channel. He's the one that pushed me to do this. Dave at Really Big Monkey One. Dave, I love you. He is not only a prepper, not only a survivalist, but he knows his stuff. And he knows he's getting old. He knows he isn't what he was 20, 30 years ago. but his knowledge, and he does have the skill, and he is an inventor. He creates his own, and he has ideas that he does and creates. If you really want to learn from somebody and you really want to see some really cool ideas, go check him out and go subscribe to him and tell him that I sent you to him. It's Really Big Monkey #1. The you know the #1, not the word or anything. He does all his filmings live on location. He he even shows you how to create stuff, and he tells you how to make stuff. It's people like that, good people, that make this community worth it and makes this place worth it. And people like Uncle Al, Guy Bullfrog. There's plenty of other people I could say that's in the survival community and everything that I could give shout outs to. But they don't need somebody like me giving them shout outs because they've already been on YouTube for years. Like, if you look up survival or you look up bushcrafting or whatever, those are the top, some of the top names that's going to come out. I'll tell you what, if you look up survival or whatever, you don't see Second Star Survival, I'll tell you that. You don't see my name in any of the survival stuff or any of the survival algorithms. Oh, it's um Really Big Monkey, all one word, no spaces. Really Big Monkey #1, just a one at the end of it, not written out or not spelled out, but the actual numeral one. His name's Dave, and if you go over there, like he just posted, a video a couple of days ago of 50-year old one-man raft using it, and a 50-year-old, no, like more like a 60-year-old camping set with a pressurized gasoline, and a 50-year old took percolator, comet percolator. Awesome. Yeah. What's up, CR? How you doing, brother? But yeah, he's a really good guy. He's a really down to earth Georgia boy, you know, and he's not going to lie to you. He's not going to. He's a realist. He's just like me, except for he doesn't cuss like I do. You know, he's a good Southern man, and we need more of those people. You know, you don't have to be Southern, but real down to earth people. This community, the survival and prepping community, it's it there's a lot of people out there to make a dime. It's sad. And there's a lot of them out there that's going to kill people. And it's the God's honest truth. A lot of people, because in the survival community, there's only so much you can talk about. And because everybody else in this has already had millions and millions of videos about the same freaking, you know, topics. There's only so much in topics you can talk about in survival. There's only so many topics you can talk about in prepping. It's what is there to discuss about prepping except for stockpile? Stock up. Stock up what you eat. Don't stock up on other things. Stock up on forever foods. It, it gets boring. It, there is no, there is nothing new in prepping. There's not. And there is nothing new that's came out in survival. Sorry. The wife's texting me. Oh yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, CR. But in reality of everything, there's nothing you can really talk about in survival. There's nothing you can really talk about in prepping that nobody has ever heard before. The only thing you're going to talk about in survival is a new hatchet that came out, or a new knife, or how much to spend. And if you listen to any of these other crackpots in survival, they're going to make you take out a second mortgage on your house to buy what they want you to buy, like Canadian Prepper. Oh, go buy the silky katana. Why the hell does anybody in a survival situation need a 6-foot saw to? Who's going to go and hand saw down a tree? Right, Dale. Right. You don't. Who needs a silky katana? And who's going to pay $300 for it? Nobody. It's that mindset. It's just like half of these survivalists and everything have their own knife. Oh, buy my bushcrafting knife. My what is her name? What is that fucking woman's name? She does a lot of stuff with Canadian Prepper. Oh crap. Now that's gonna eat me up. Anyways, yes, Lily. Thank you, CR. I knew you'd know. Yeah, she had a custom knife built for her by some piece of crap Chinese company, and she's over here selling it for like $350. And it's like, why? Why do I need your knife when I can go out and buy the same quality knife and everything at a flea market? What's up, Bluegrass? How you doing? Yeah, trust me, Dale. I ditched Canadian Prepper a long time ago. Right, Sonny? Yeah, CR's my wingman in survival, like knowing survival people and stuff. But it's just like there's a prepper uh company in California called Preppy. They make a $10,000 survival kit, and everything in that survival kit does not cost $10,000. I did the pricing on it and everything, and the stuff that they sell in that bag is almost $200, but they sell the bag and the complete kit for $10,000. Did you see her? I can't deal with her. I just cannot deal with her either. Ever since she sold her soul to Canadian Prepper, I just, yeah. But people buy it. People buy it. It's a luxury survival bag. But everything that's in that bag, they don't sell a knife, they don't sell a fire starter. It's like those are the two things you need. They don't sell a water filtration kit. They sell 40 packs of the 6-ounce survival waters. Yeah. It's what's up, baby? My cat. My cat. My outdoor cat. These are my survival kitties. Watch out, baby. Let me shut the door. Watch out. But yeah, the basic needs are not even in it. You don't have a knife. You don't have fire starting. You don't have a water filtration kit. You know, even if they threw in a Sawyer mini squeeze, it still wouldn't even be a $10,000 bag. But that's how they're getting people. They're making it a earthquake prevention survival kit. And it comes in a Gucci type survival bag. But it's not Gucci. It's not Gucci. It's made by some off-brand whatever group. Yeah, they sell some stuff that's in it, like hand lotion and all this stuff that's name brand, but that's it. It's still not worth $10,000. Right. People are dumb. People are blind. People are sheep. It's easy to lead people astray. But those are the people that are in this community. The people that don't give a damn about you. They give a damn about your bank account, but they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn if you're going to survive or not. Because that $10,000 is making their payments. And that's it. It's the same thing with these Big Dave survivalist channels. These big name survivalist channels do not care about you. These big name survivalist channels care if you donate to their cause. These big name survivalist channels care if you are buying from their Amazon account or from their Amazon store. Dale. But they don't care about you. They don't care about you. I do care about you. I do care about your safety. Thanks, Sonny. But, you know, survival, camping, bushcrafting is a multi-billion-dollar business. Multi-billion. I think it's like $3.4 billion a year. And that's the thing. They care about your money. They don't care about you. They don't care about your skill set. They don't care about if you're going to be able to afford your rent, afford your car payment, afford your house payment. They don't care about that. They know if they put a product down and you're dumb enough to buy it, they know that it will be it'll be an ever turning profit. Because if you buy it and like it, word of mouth spreads quicker than advertising. Why don't you ever see advertisements for survival gear? They don't need it. They do not need it. Sawyer Mini Berkeley water filters has never had a advertisement since like 1940 something. Have you ever actually seen a advertisement for Life Straw? The only time you've ever seen an advertisement for Life Straw is from when they first came out and they made one advertisement of purifying the water from what is it, the Bangladesh River or something like that, or the big river in Bangladesh, the most disgusting and dirtiest water in the world and they turned it clean. That's the only advertisement they ever needed. And when they were on Shark Tank. If a product is really good, they don't need advertisement. You know why? Is because they've got YouTubers that tell people to buy it. All right, Bluegrass, you take care. Word of mouth sells quicker than advertisement. And you make more money on word of mouth than you do anywhere else. It's the way it is. Because they know that we have groups, that we have people that we can tell to go and get this stuff. If I tell CR, hey CR, guess what? You're a prepper. You're a survivalist. You want clean water, right? Go get a LifeStraw, man. Doesn't matter that it costs $50, $60 for it, but it's going to purify every water source that you got. It's going to purify 100 gallons of water, CR. 100 gallons of water. You know, you're by yourself, CR. You need that. You need to purify 100 gallons of water in an SHTF situation. Go out and get it, man. Go out and buy it. Don't worry about, Sawyer Mini. Don't worry about how many times are you going to purify over 100,000 gallons? You're not even going to drink 100,000 gallons of water, CR. Why do you need that? You need instant purification. Right, Dale. If I tell two friends, they tell two friends, they tell two friends. What's up, Debbie sis? How you doing? Right? Why do you need a Berkeley filter? I mean, Berkeley filters is a slow gravity drip. That takes too long to filtrate water. Even though it can filtrate, 500,000 gallons of water and everything, but it's so slow. Right, CR? You're right, Sonny. It's if you look at people, there is more people. There is more people on the Appalachian Trail or Death Trail or all these long-lasting trails. There's more people that take a LifeStraw than they do a Sawyer Mini. The reason why they take Sawyer Mini, the reason why they don't take Sawyer Minis is because there is a fail in Sawyer Minis. those microfiber filters, if they are cold, they will freeze. And if you don't backwash them, they will build up bacteria in them. They will fail. That's because people don't know how to take care of their shit. When you don't know how to take care of your shit, it breaks. That's a simple fact of life. Simple fact. You need to take care of your stuff. It's the same thing as if you don't change out the brake pads in your car, what happens after a certain amount of miles of stop and go? Your brakes fail. Same thing with your tires. Same thing with anything else. It fails. People don't know how to take care of their stuff. I'll let y'all talk. It's all good, Sonny, brother. I'll be right back. Y'all talk within each other, okay? I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. The wife needed breakfast and everything, and I gotta go back out and get her breakfast. Who did I miss coming in? What's up, Nubby, brother? How you doing? So, anyways, thank you, CR, brother. Anyways, so about okay, she just sent me the text. Like I said, it's so easy to get food now. She just did an online order to McDonald's. So, if that tells you anything, food food is so easy to grab. Food is so easy to get a hold of. We are not we're not having to survive are like we did 100 years ago. 100 years ago seems so far away, but it wasn't. It was literally one person's lifetime. Can you imagine that? One person's lifetime is 100 years. And the way we have evolved in that time period, it's literally in the blink of an eye we have evolved to this. We don't work out. We don't have to do quote unquote. I remember waking up with my grandparents and milking 300 head of cattle. From sunrise to sunset and sleeping not even 8 hours before we had to wake up and do it all again. Those times have passed. What's up, Nubby brother? How you doing? We don't hand milk anything anymore. When my grandfather got a automated milker, I remember my grandfather saying, if this is how the world is going, there's not a need for humans anymore. And he was kind of right. Look at the big car businesses. As soon as it went into an automated business, yeah, I understand. I understand, Nubby. I haven't been to sleep yet. But the thing is we we can't keep up dealing with humans. We just can't. Yeah. When we can have machines doing the work of 500 people, it cuts down on everything. It costs people their jobs, their life, their livelihood. And you need what? 20 people to constantly make sure that these machines are running efficiently. Even farms don't need people anymore. Farms do not need humans anymore. They don't need the risk of human contamination. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Coffee and a cigarette. Survival is that. Survival is. There's different definitions for survival. And. Oh, give me a second. I'm getting too old. But survival is a game now. When I was little, we used to run around playing cowboys and Indians, you know. Now you have kids playing survival games. What is it? Minecraft or Whiteout or whatever it's called. Kids are kids are sorry, I need to eat candy. Starting to get low blood sugar. The days of our youth are no more. And that's the reality. Kids today don't, kids of today, I'm already sounding like a boomer. You know, parents don't push their kids outside. Parents today don't make their kids experience the outdoors. Kids. But you know what, Debbie? Everybody says that. Everybody says that they would love to live somewhere else than where they're at. But in reality, Debbie, where you live, you have sorry, but in reality, Debbie, where you live in Australia, you you have more of a chance to connect with nature than we do in America or in Europe, or it's kind of a tie between Australia and Canada on being able to go out in the middle of nowhere and the government not knowing where you are. One of my other friends, well, one of my other acquaintances on YouTube, he's in Australia and he literally bought a shed and is living in the outback right now. He has a YouTube channel and everything. And he can't live anywhere because he doesn't have a job or anything. He's literally set he went out into the outback, and he's trying to make it on his own in the outback. And like in Canada, there's a lot of places in Canada that you could just go out and make a house and live in the Canadian wilderness. There's still a spot in Canada in the wilderness that's the size of Texas that hasn't been mapped. There is not a map of this area in Canada. You could go there and put a house or build a house there, and nobody would ever know that you're out there. But yeah, in this day of age, I wouldn't have kids. The world is falling in on itself. And if you look at history, every great nation has failed. And it's about to happen to the first world countries too. The first world countries are about to fall. But, you know, you have thousands and thousands and thousands of acres in the outback that you could just run off to, and nobody would even know that you're out there. Right, CR, it does. There's still parts in first world countries that you could just lose yourself in. And nobody would ever know that you're out there. There's spots in the Appalachians that you could live off grid and not ever pay a single dime to taxes. It's, there's still spots in the South that you could put a house, build your own house on it, and nobody would ever know your existence. There's murderers and everything in the Appalachian Mountains that have not, that have ran away from the law and is living out in the Appalachian Mountains. There's people, there's homeless that live on the Appalachian Trail that nobody knows anything about. What's up, Sarah Sis? How you doing? We, as a group, as we as citizens, should fight the government. The government is nothing about us. We are the ones that are paying for these clowns to sit in office to tell us how to live our life. And it's ridiculous. The government is the one that tells us, because there's nothing that is ours. If you miss a payment on your land, the land's not ours. We still have to pay taxes every year on our land to keep our land. Doesn't matter if you pay off your land to an individual or what. Your land is still owned by the government. If you stop paying on your land, the government knows where you are. It doesn't matter if you're a prepper. It doesn't matter if you're a survivalist. It doesn't matter if you're Lawyer Jim. Your land is not your land. As soon as you stop paying taxes, that land is no longer your land. They can come and repo it, and they will come and repo it as soon as you don't pay on it. You will lose your house, you will lose everything if you stop paying on it. And they know where you live. They will send a police officer, they will send a tax collector to your house and board up your door quicker than a breeze can blow up your skirt. So these people that say, come and take my land or whatever, they're all blowhards. Lucky you, it's 7 a.m. there. It's been 7 a.m. in a couple of hours here, Sarah. But the whole idea of preppers and these real lists, they don't understand anything. They don't understand that nothing, that everything that they have can be taken away in a moment's notice. And it's the same thing with survival. In survival, you can lose everything in a moment's notice. It can be stripped from you and kept from you. And you'll be out on the street in a moment's notice. My battery's about to die, so I have to keep this on the charger. Y'all talk within yourselves. I'll be back. I gotta go get food. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Anyways, so what have we learned today? Y'all tell me what we have learned today. We have learned that the world is bullshit. Thank you, CR. We have learned that no matter what we do, survival is a mindset. Survival is a component to everything. Bullshit burns everywhere. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a survival situation. Doesn't matter if it's a real life situation. We learned that friendship is not friendship is not a everyday thing. Friendship will turn on you. It doesn't matter if it's here, if it's SHTF. What's up, Eli, brother? People will turn on everybody. People are the chaos theory. Chaos ensues everything. Love you, John, brother. As long as humans are around, you can't trust anything. You can't trust anybody. It's hard to say that. It's hard to say that without sounding contradicting. I will sit here and tell you I love you and tell you you can't trust anybody, even me. And to tell you the fucking truth, in SHTF, you can't trust me. You know why? Because I will put you down in an SHTF situation. If me and you were both starving and there was one can of refried beans, I'm putting in your jug and I'm going to make sure that my family eats for you. It's the truth. I don't care. And that's how you have to be in real world situations. You are the main character in your story. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a role to play in their story. There is no one for all and all for one. But also, there is no lone wolf mentality. You have to have a pack mentality. But what is your pack? Who is your pack? If we were all in the same room, if we were all in the same room together, are we pack mates? Deep down, full hearted, 100% I would die for you. Right, CR. No, we are not a pack. We have not made significant bonds together to die for one another. CR is not going to lay his life down for me. I'm not going to lay my life down for CR. Dale isn't going to lay his life down for John. John isn't going to lay his life down for Dale. Sonny isn't going to lay his life down for Sarah. Sarah's not going to lay her life down for Sonny. You know why? Because we're not on that level. We never will be on that level. It's harsh for me to say that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. But if CR's parents are here and CR has to provide for his parents or his brother or his sister or his wife, CR will lay down his life to get that can of refried beans for his father or brother or sister or wife. But he will not lay down his life to give me that can of beans. It's the same thing with anybody else in this table. You will give your life for your blood, for those close to you. You will not give it to a stranger. And don't say that I will give a can to a stranger and everything. You are thinking the way society has molded you to think. Because society guilt trips you to think like that. Well, I know, CR, but I'm just using you as an example, sir. One bean. Right, John. But I'm saying the ones you love. I'm talking about I'm talking about close family. I'm talking about mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, wife, husband. Those are the ones that you'll lay your life down for. In all reality, society has made us believe we need to help everybody. You see a homeless person on the street, society has made you think and has beat into you that you are not a humane person if you do not give to a homeless person. And yes, there is some good homeless people out there that were stricken with hard times, but a majority of homeless people, if you give them $5, they're going to use it for something other than food. Same thing with, you know, if you try to offer, there's been hundreds of times I've offered food to a homeless person and they turned it down and said that they wanted money instead of food. You know, I was homeless. I didn't turn down anybody's offerings for food or anything. And I damn sure am not going to give to somebody else that I don't know. I'm not going to share resources with somebody that I don't know. You have to get out of the mindset of what society has made you believe. What's up, Lynn sis? How you doing? Because you are a you are a liar if you say in SHTF that you would give somebody that you never met in your life food. You won't. You will not do it if you know that you cannot go to the store and buy more. That's how we are. If you're in a lawless, if you're in a lawless SHTF situation where there's no cops, there's no social media to judge you, there's no YouTube or anything that says you're a bad person. Right, right, Sonny. You have to go into quote unquote survival mode. You're going to do anything you can to keep your family safe. Yes, I have opened up saying that my compound is to people that I truly, truly fucking trust without an inch to give. And my compound, my 7 acres, my rabbits, everything, my chickens, all this stuff is only opened to a very, very, very secluded, like secluded few. And even then, they know that they have to make it on their own to come to my compound to live. If they cannot make it to my compound in SHTF from wherever they are, then that shows me that they can't make it in an SHTF situation. You're talking about Oregon Trail moving. Like SHTF, you're not going to have freeways open. You're not going to have back roads open. There's going to be cars. There's going to be piles of trash. There's going to be wrecks, everything on these roads. You're going to have to, 90% of the trek is going to be on foot. You're going to have to make this on your own to my compound. And if you can't make it, well, at least I know you died trying. Right, Lynn. See? Gratitude for that. Sarah. But did Ron come in? Where is he? Did you see Ron, Eli? Tell Ron I said hey. Oh yeah, John, yeah. But you have to get the brainwashing out of your head in the SHTF. Oh, Ron was here? Damn it, Ron. Eli. You contaminated the food, sir. But that's, yeah, Ron's working. If he's on the TV watching me, he can't type. All right. Uno momento once again. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, people. I want to hear some good ideas. I want to hear some honest God truth from y'all. What you would do in an SHTF situation if it's you only having to take care of your family. How would you react in a situation like what I said? Use each other as examples. I don't give a shit. That's why we're here. This is a learning experience. This is a scenario discussion. So I want to hear what y'all say in the chat. I'll be right back. All right. Be right back. I want to hear your discussions. Nice. Nice, Ron. All right, I'll be right back. All right, you beautiful people. All right, let me get up here. Let me see what all y'all. Okay, there we go. All right, let me see what y'all said. Yeah, and see, that's what you have to be, Dale. You have to be. You have to be protective. That's the whole mindset of survivalism. Like, right, Sonny. It's you have to forget. You have to forget what society has taught us, good and evil. You know, the whole good and evil, good and bad, hero and villain. It's not that anymore. In a survival situation, there is no hero. There is the the survivor. People don't understand. People don't understand situations that they've never been in. People don't understand situations or mindsets of humans. Oh, I'm sorry, Dale. Mm. Hey, Cassie, sis. What's up, big sis? You have to forget when it comes to your livelihood, when it comes to your life, there is no good or evil. When it comes to your survival, you have to be the one to take charge. If you grew up as a, I hate using these terms. If you grew up as a beta, a person that didn't want to get in fights, a person that never opened their mouth, a person that wanted to stay away from fights or interactions, you are not the person that's going to make it in a survival situation. You have to take charge. You have to be the provider. And provider is a loose term. People use that term now as household whatever. If you make the most income or all this bullshit. In a real SHTF situation, but What's up, girl? How you doing? What's up, Haley? In a real survival situation, it's not just you per se. Everybody in your immediate family, in your immediate pack, has to do their job without complaints, without hesitation. Yeah. How's my how's my adopted little blacksmith? Right, Dale. Instead of being a provider, you have to be the head. You have to know the game plan. You have to provide the game plan. You can't sit on your ass and say, oh, well, this should end in a couple of months and we'll be back on track. No. If you procrastinate or whatever, look what happened with COVID. Okay. Everybody procrastinated. And then all of a sudden, how long were we in houses? How long were people starving because they couldn't go to grocery stores? They did a survey, and almost 70% of households did not have enough food in their cabinets to survive, to eat for a week, let alone a longer period. You have a pack, Ron. You have a pack. It's just getting to that pack, brother. But most people during just COVID did not have enough food in their pantries, in their cabinets to survive. Right? Yes, they are. Like, people did not take steps. Right, Lynn. Right. People procrastinated. They all rushed to the fucking grocery store to buy toilet paper and left the food aisles completely full. They did not even think about going to get food. They thought about wiping their ass instead of eating. Right, Dale. And that should show you that was just a small thing. Take a bigger, take a bigger scenario. Venezuela, all right? When when the economy of Venezuela fell, all right? It got so bad that people were giving Rolex watches for a loaf of bread. They were giving gold, gold jewelry, gold whatever, just to buy something to eat. They were selling their daughters and wives for food. You have to look not only at one scenario, you have to look at every scenario. Because here's the thing, in SHTF, full blown SHTF, every city, every state is not going to act the same as the next state. Each city is not going to act the same as every other city. Everything is going to be completely off the wall insane. Right, Lynn. Right. Right, Sarah. Yeah. Yeah. You have to look at every scenario with a grain of salt. Look at it with a grain of salt, but plan for something 10 times worse. If you do not plan ahead, you are already done for. If you cannot think 5 steps ahead of the game, you are already dead. You have to have a backup plan for your backup plan. You have to have a plan A through Z, then plan backup plan 1 through 10. Mm-hmm. Venezuela was completely different than COVID. COVID in America was completely different than COVID in Europe. COVID in Europe was completely different in New Zealand than it was in Europe. COVID in New Zealand was completely different than Australia. COVID in Australia was completely different than COVID in Africa. Venezuela was completely different. Katrina was completely different. The flooding in the Midwest was completely different than Katrina. You have to look at every angle. It's a lot. Yes, it is. God knows how long of a fucking list. It will drive a normal, it'll drive an insane person even crazier. You have to plan for everything. You can't just stick with one game plan. You have to have a backup to everything. And people, you have to have a backup to humans. One group of people is not going to act like another person. Look at the purge, okay? Look how many people had different plans. They only always focus on one family's problem during the purge. But look at the last Purge movie that came out. Right, CR. Lone cat. Look at the last Purge. The guy that was driving around trying to be the savior of mankind on Purge night. You're going to have those people too that think they're vigilantes, that think they're Batman running the streets at night, trying to protect people from the gangs or the raiders or marauders or whatever. Those are the people you got to watch out for. The people that think they have your back, but in reality, they don't. They want to build your trust so they can come back and you can pay them. Those are the people that think that they're going to get food and weapons and supplies from other people if they protect their property, kind of like the cartel. Right, CR. All right, Lynn, sis, you be careful out there. Take care, hun. Everything will come back to hurt you. There is no good guy. There is no bad guy. But society makes us think there is good people and bad people. In reality, the bad people are trying to survive. the good people are trying to survive. We're all trying to survive in different ways. Survival is in the eyes of the beholder. It's in the mind of the dungeon master, or in the eyes of the maniac. However you want to put it. They are only there for their purpose only. Just because they're surviving does not mean food, resources, or anything. Survival can also mean rape and pillage. Survival can also mean plunder and burn. Survival is a multi definition word. Yeah. It's look at every scenario through your eyes. Look at every scenario as, what if this was me? What would I do in this scenario? Yes. Yes, Shire. You have to take every situation with a grain of salt. And no, you're not going to be able to make a plan to every single action. You're not. But you have to be a person to be able to think on your feet, react. You have to react to reaction. Good to hear that, Shire. I thought you were trimming Bigfoot for a minute. I thought you were giving him a bikini wax. You have to, in a true SHTF situation, the only rule that matters is shoot first, ask questions later. And it's the truth. If you shoot first, if you attack first, you don't have to worry about the outcome. You don't. Because there's going to be nobody living to ask questions. Oh, did you? I got you. I'd like to see that. Did you take snapshots of it? Why didn't you give Bigfoot a Venice, landing strip, Or did you have a few drinks and did you give him like the leaning tower? That's my job. Yeah. Yeah. Last time me and Bigfoot got together and everything, I ended up giving him a lava lamp design. Mm-hmm. The whole idea of survival is to make you not scared. Yeah. I understand, Shire. I thought you were gonna make, the Shagfoot, the the Shagfoot calendar of 2024 holiday edition. Gear means nothing if you're not allowed to use it. All these survivalists have these $1,000 backpacks filled with $1,000 worth of gear, and none of them know how to use it. Hell, 90% of the people that do prepping or survivalism don't even know how to use half their gear anyways. What's up, Simon? How you been? I'm good, brother. I'm good. All right, take care, CR, brother. I'll catch you when you come back. But most people don't know how to handle a survival situation. You see people that have $1,000 bags and all this stuff, and they're like, "I'm ready to take on the world. I've got a I'm never coming home bag. I've got a year's worth of supplies that I can use." And that's cool and everything, but do you know how to use it? Or are you just a sitting duck in the middle of the woods waiting to get ganked as soon as you step out of your car? I understand. I've been hearing that, Simon, but it's good. I'm glad you're doing that. Shire, yes. Oh my God. Do you have the dog woman laying on a quote unquote bearskin rug? You could braid it for rope. Oh, Ron. But gear. Before you go out and buy a fully tactical bag or whatever, make sure you buy individual items first before you make your bag and throw it in a corner or your closet and never use it. Make sure you buy each item separately and you train with it. You use it, you learn how to use it. Because if you are stuck in the middle of God knows where without anybody, without any internet connection to look up a YouTube video, you need to learn how to do it on your own. It's the same thing as changing out a tire. Thank you, Simon. You never got any complaints, Ron. I could just see it. Make that Padawan braid come down the side of Bigfoot's jockstrap. Oh shit! Bearskin rugs are expensive. Get that fox fur. Shape it into a polar bear, because we know how you like your endangered animals, Shire. Because remember, Shire, you still have that, 20,000 pounds of cornflakes. Did you ever did you ever go through those things? Did you ever go through your 20,000 pounds of cornflakes, sir? But make sure you know how to use your gear. If you bought a all-in-one camping hammock with the tarp and everything, yes, John. If you got a bug out, hammock tent, make sure you know how to get in a tent. Make sure you know how to use a tent. Make sure you've slept in a tent before you buy one. You got constipation after 50 bowls. That's enough fiber in there. You got all the fiber in the world, sir. But in reality, learn your gear. Learn what you're doing. It's all fun and games right now. It's all we can laugh, we can joke, we can do whatever. Trust me, Sarah. There's a lot of people that's never used a tent. Some of these tents and everything, some of these hammocks, you need a fucking degree in physics to put it up, because all these tree hugging hippies and everything, they want to save the trees and make tree ropes that are safe for the tree and blah blah blah, like eco-friendly crap. It ain't like it used to be where you screwed in an eye bolt and you were good to go. It's how the world's changed. The world has changed to be better, to love nature, to love trees, to love ourselves. It's fucking stupid. Just because you put a hole in a tree is not going to kill it if you bandage up the hole. Mm-hmm. Right, John, right. It's people want to make you feel bad for doing what you love. There's some national parks and everything where you can't even hang a hammock. You can't even, hammock camp because it's a national forest and they don't want you damaging trees. It's just like you can't even go and learn bushcrafting in a national forest anymore because they're afraid you're going to burn down the woods. Right. It the world is something else. There in Austin National Forest in Austin, Texas. If you go there and you try to pitch a tent in the middle of the woods and everything, you're going to be surrounded by about 20 naked, unshaven hobos or forest hippies that live in the trees and that are completely fucking naked. And the women have armpit hair like they came out of a 1970s, music video. And the guys too. And they will surround your tent and tear it down. Yeah. Like, you could not go anywhere anymore without a PETA member or a naturalist or, a a tree hippie coming out of the fucking blue and harassing you. Yeah. It's to that point where people are everywhere and anywhere. You can't learn skills by a lake anymore. You can't do bushcrafting in a forest. You can't do survival skills because that's showing hatred or anarchy to young people. It's people have no lives. They have no life at all. They have to ruin everybody else's life to make their life seem better. They have to put their 2 cents in everything that other humans do to relieve their stress. This is why SHTF needs to happen. These eco terrorists or whatever that they call them now, these environmentalists. You can't even make a Dakota fire pit anymore in Wyoming because it damages the root systems of nearby plants. And if you're caught making a Dakota fire pit, you're put in jail for I think it's 3 days with a $5,000 or $6,000 fine. Oh, hey, Sonny, I will be free. I will be free next Saturday. No, next Saturday. Yeah, I'll be free next Saturday if you want to do a live stream. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. But all right, everybody. It's been 4 hours. I've ran my mouth long enough. But yeah, throw a message at old Spooky Morales. Tell my spicy tamale or my shrunken chorizo that he needs to come on with us. We also need to get Chad and Jake and everybody else. I need to bash Chad about his glamping short that he made. Chad and his luxurious tent and his solar powered battery pack and his tent fan. We need to get the Bougie brothers back. All right, family. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one. And take care of yourself. Always remember, you are the main character in your story. You are always going to be the main character. And the main character always, except for some, the main character always survives. Thanks, Sarah. But always be the main character. It's your fucking story. Make sure it counts. Prepare and be safe. And learn the skills to go with what you're doing. Oh, I know you do, Ron. Oh, I know. All right, everybody. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Love y'all. Bye, fam.